Hi guys, it's Keith again, and today this video review is going to be on the Agm Mp40 submachine gun. World famous and iconic weapon of the German army from the Second World War. So this is the Airsoft version. Now then, it's a very short, compact submachine gun. Its design really was so that it could be issued to troops that needed to carry a weapon in confined environments. So it was favoured by units such as paratroopers or Fallschirmjäger. It was also carried by motorised crews and also infantry. Now then, the weapon itself, although compact and very short, does have the addition of an underslung stock, which folds out by pressing a button at the back of the weapon, and there you go. You have what's known as a skeleton stock. If that looks very familiar, if you think it looks the same as the skeleton stock on the early AK-47s, you wouldn't be wrong. The Russians actually copied the German design from the MP40 and utilised it in the Kalashnikov when it was being made. So to sling it back underneath, simply the button at the back is pressed in again, and then it slides up or folds under, nice and compact with the gun itself. And if you put it in place properly, even when the gun's being rattled and handled quite roughly, it's not going to fall back out again. It is very sturdy. So the gun itself is made mostly of metal. There is some bits of plastic on it, but not very many. The bakelite finish, as you can see here, that brown finish is a form of plastic, and it's meant to represent bakelite, which was a very early form of plastic, and it was used on metal objects so that the user could protect his hands from extremes of heat and cold. So on a weapon that's being fired on fully automatic, the bakelite side panels would prevent the German soldier from burning his fingers if the weapon was going to overheat through use, or even in the desert, if he was part of the Africa Corps, if the gun heats up in the hot desert sun, he's not going to get his hands burnt when he's actually holding on to the bakelite parts of the gun. So what else can we say about the Airsoft version? It's got very basic flip-up sights. I'll show you a close-up of those. So these are the rear sights, that's the rear aperture, and at the front, just very open, basic iron sights. And with this being a weapon that's designed to basically shoot large amounts of ammunition in a confined area, you don't really need anything like a telescope on this weapon. It would be completely wasted. You don't get very much range on it. As an airsoft weapon, this particular gun does have fairly good range on it. It's shooting out fairly straight, up to roughly 30 plus metres, and the odd rounds with a favourable tailwind do go a little bit further. But this isn't a long range weapon. So if you buy one of these and it's not matching your friends' M4s and M16s, don't be disappointed. This is a submachine gun. Use it in the way that it's meant to be used. Okay. What else we have? You'll notice that we have a charging handle. So pulling that back, if we turn it round, we can see the hop unit inside the actual weapon itself. So it's a slide mechanism. If we push it towards the back of the gun, that sets more hop, and if we push it forward, that takes the hop down less or takes it off altogether. So it's not a wheel mechanism like some of the M4s and M16s that you've seen. It's a sliding hop unit. Put the charging handle back across and it covers up the hop unit. At the base of the weapon here, we can see the Magwell. So this is where your magazine clips in. I'll show you how to do that in a moment, but that's where the magazine goes. And on the pistol grip, at the bottom of that, the little button you'll see is actually your safety catch. So at the moment the safety catch is off, push it back the way, safety catch is on. So pulling the trigger, nothing happens, push it forward, there you go. So that's how the safety catch works. Now then, as I've said before, this isn't a long range weapon, and that's not how it's meant to be used. You're going to use this on full automatic at fairly close ranges, and if your airsoft sight has engagement distances where you might to go into single shot, obviously you'd want to do that. So how do you set it onto automatic and single shot? I'm going to turn the weapon around and show you the left hand side of it. So just above the charging handle, or below it actually, we've got this lever here. At the moment, with the lever set pointing towards the rear of the weapon, it's on fully automatic. If we move it up the way, like so, that's it on single shot. So single shot, fully automatic, and as I mentioned earlier, the safety catch is underneath. Now you'll notice that I've got a sling on the weapon at the moment. That didn't come with it. This is an additional purchase. To buy a leather sling for it, you're paying roughly anywhere between £10 up to maybe £20 depending on where you buy it from. And at the moment you can only really get the low cap or the mid cap magazines for the AGM model. If you know any guys that have got high cap magazines for this, then it's probably just a custom magazine that they've designed themselves, or they've had someone make it for them. I know at Players of War, a couple of guys have got high cap magazines for their Agm Mp40. However, they are made privately. They weren't purchased from any airsoft stores. Easy for me to say. So what I'll do is I'll show you a low cap and a mid cap magazine. So this magazine here, this is made of plastic, and this was supplied by King Arms. This is a mid cap and can carry 110 BBs. This magazine, a little bit heavier, made of full metal. This is an AGM Mp40 magazine, and this was actually supplied with the weapon. So when you buy the gun, you're going to get one of these supplied. How many rounds do you get in a low cap? You get 50 to maybe 55 maximum in a low cap, and as I said, the mid cap you're looking at 110 rounds. So how long does it take to empty these magazines? I'll put the low cap in first of all, and I'll show you how quickly the gun actually empties out the magazine. So it just clips into place like so, and there you go, Mp40 with magazine attached. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire this along the road. I don't know if you're going to see in detail how far the BBs go out, but you'll hear the noise of the gun anyway, and you'll see how long it takes to actually empty out. Now that's actually going out really pretty far. That's going way more than 30 metres at the moment. You're looking at that stretching out to probably 50 metres at the moment. Not sure exactly how far that would be in feet, but if you know your measurements in metres, this is going out to 50 metres quite easily. And some of them are going a little bit further than that. So there you go, that's that magazine emptied. Let's try the mid cap. Mid cap magazine. Let's see how long it takes to empty. Now the rounds are climbing a little bit, so I'm going to reduce the hop. Just slide it forward just a couple of millimetres. And again, these rounds are going out up to 50 metres quite easily. And that's it emptied. So twice as many rounds, and it emptied it quite quickly. So there you go guys, the AGM Mp40. Buy one of these in the UK for roughly about £130. It's worth getting it upgraded. It will improve the performance. You can go for things like a tight bore barrel, improve the motor. I know a few guys have actually done that, and it did give them better performance overall. The weapon itself, out of the box, it's more than adequate for what you're doing. If you're into World War II and you're doing your milsims, this gun is worth the money. £130 in the UK, you really can't complain at that. With any airsoft gun, it's a hit or a miss at times if you're going to get a good one or a bad one. Two guys buying exactly the same gun, one guy, his gun could perform fantastically, another one could be absolute garbage and end up going back to the shop. It's just the way things are at times with airsoft guns, especially some of the cloned cheaper weapons. But I'm more than happy with this, and it's been serving me well all day today anyway at Players of War. I've had some fantastic kills with it. Any questions about this guys, you can leave your comments in the box below. As always, thanks very much for subscribing, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.